Hi there, so you join me today on another windy day, what a surprise, out on Attila the Guerrilla. So today, as you've probably seen from the thumbnail, we are riding Buddy's old Nemesis. This was the road that I tried to go down on Buddy once and I turned around because I thought this can't possibly be the right road. I've got lost, but it is. This is actually the road. It does come out eventually in the village of Albanchez, so that's where we're heading today, but this time not on Buddy, not on Norman, but on Attila. So let's go. So obviously this is not really the ideal road for hooning about, although the final part's quite nice. We do get some decent tarmac towards the end, but yeah, I chose to ride this road today because I was just interested to see how Attila handles a rougher road in case we ever end up on one. So that was part of the reason why we're here. Another part of the reason was yeah, it's very windy at the moment. We're getting gusts of up to 50 kilometers an hour today, so I figured a nice slow road might be required so that at least you can hear what I'm saying. So that was another reason to choose this road. And a third reason to choose this road was because it's fairly low altitude. I'm struggling to find interesting roads at the moment that don't climb up a mountain. And once we start climbing up mountains, we eventually reach the level where the roads go all wet and salty. And that's not nice. So yeah, at the moment, I'm planning all of my routes to kind of stay nice and low, where the roads are going to be dry and fairly clean. So there you go, that's enough reasons to try out this road. And first impressions are that Attila, with his shower suspension, is coping better with the road surface than Buddy did. Probably Norman would be better off because it's got a bit more travel, a bit more give. I think Norman would be the most comfortable of the three, but Attila's coping alright here. Oh, another reason why I chose this road, that's true, see, even more reasons. Another reason I chose this road today was because the ride out here is normally quite nice. There's a stretch on one of my favourite roads, some lovely bends, and I thought, oh, that would be brilliant to ride on Attila. Well, unfortunately, oil slick stopped play. Some truck had gone all the way up that road and then every bend dumped a load of diesel. So basically I had a big black wide line through every single bend, and it was quite fresh as well because I could really smell it. So yeah, basically I didn't want to be hooning up there, so I wobbled safely up there trying to avoid the oily patches. Yeah, eventually, as I mentioned just now, this road does actually join a larger road which has got some fairly new tarmac on it, and that takes us down into Albanchez, so we might get to have a little bit more fun in some bends towards the end of this video. So as you can see, the almond blossom is just starting to come out. We're not fully there yet, but the odd tree has blossomed already. Yeah, Attila's coping perfectly fine. He's chugging about here in second gear. No problem at all. Well, I hope you've all had a good week. If you've got up to anything exciting, I'd like to hear all about it. You can let me know in the comments down below. My life's been pretty boring, really. It's just been stressful. And I actually haven't really done any off-camera miles on Attila. I don't think you've missed a single ride because my intention was to get out after work and pile on the kilometres. But yeah, work's just been so stressful. When I finally finish work, I can't really bring myself to get all of my gear on. Of course, at this time of year as well, there's quite a lot of gear that you're putting on, you know, a couple of layers at least. And I was just like, oh no, I can't be doing with it by the time I finish work. So yeah, haven't done as many miles on Attila as I would have liked, but hopefully better times ahead. If work could just calm down a bit, hopefully I can get out a couple of times during the week. But as usual, we're on a weekend here. Today is Saturday. Now Ruby, pay attention, because when I came up here on Buddy, there were rabbits. So we might get to see some bunny rabbits. Oh yeah, this seems familiar. Got to go down through that little village in a minute. On the last tank full, I was just shy of 150 miles when it started. The fuel gauge started going between 2 bars and 1 bar, so the fuel light would come on every time it dropped to 1 bar, and then it would go off again as the fuel gauge went up to 2 bars. So yeah, I'd say 150 miles is about as far as you'd want to go before you start thinking about filling up. And that was riding, you know, fairly gently. I mean, I haven't been thrashing Attila yet, so yeah, I think about 150 miles would be about right. So that's at 240 kilometres is when you, well, when the fuel gauge starts bugging you that it's starting to get a bit low, so it's probably prudent to start looking for fuel around then. Of course, we've got quite a small tank on this bike anyway. What is that? I think it's about 11 litres. So compared to Buddy or Norman, I am going to be filling up slightly more frequently with Attila, but that's okay, because every time you fill up it's slightly less expensive, isn't it? Oh, this is quite enjoyable. I managed to give Attila his first wash a little while back. Overall, I was quite happy. I mean, the rear wheel was absolutely covered in chain lube. I think they went a bit overboard when they did the chain lube at the dealership. So, but it came off very easily. I used a little grease removal product, and it came off easily. And yeah, the wheels are actually nice and easy to clean because they've got big broad spokes, so you can actually clean the wheels very easily, I found. So they were nice and shiny, but now they're covered in dust, but they were nice and shiny. So yeah, he's nice and easy to clean, so that's good. But one thing I have noticed, as soon as I've cleaned the bike, I've got a picture here, as soon as I've cleaned the bike, just running the bike up to the garage, it sprayed a load of crap over the plastic pseudo sump guard thingy. As you can see in this picture here, there's kind of like a fender extender on the front mudguard, and it seems quite long, but it's obviously not long enough, because the crap always gets sprayed from the front wheel straight onto that little plastic sump guard thing. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying. So I think that's always going to be filthy, basically. If there's any kind of moisture about, it's just going to chuck it straight up there. But yeah, the rest of it, I mean, the engine, the bits higher up, they stay clean. But yeah, just that sump guard thingy, that's right in the way of where the crap comes off the front wheel. Yep, Attila can tackle this sort of road in second gear, no problem at all. It's not even uncomfortable really, and yeah, I'm not having to keep changing gear. He does it all in second gear, look at that, no problem. Yeah, so here we are. How many, 800 kilometres. We've just gone over 800 kilometres now with Attila. So, yeah. Hopefully this week I can get over 1,000 and then we'll be halfway to being running. So really no other slight downsides to this bike so far. Haven't discovered anything new. So basically just that I have trouble with the offside mirror, getting that set so that actually I can see without moving my head across. Yeah, and the fender extender on the front could do with being a bit longer, which is something I discovered this week. And then of course the old indicator switch, which isn't very positive in its action, so you're never really sure whether you've pushed it over far enough. So that's the verdict at 800 kilometres, so really no deal breakers there. I'll give you a little update on comfort, because I hadn't done that yet, but I've been to Almería and back on the bike now, and in terms of the seat, I would say that the seat is, for me, it's comfortable for about an hour and a half. After an hour and a half I start to fidget about on the seat. My backside is getting a little bit painful, but with, you know, shifting about, you can easily eke that out to 2 hours. I think after 2 hours it would be you'd probably be due for a little rest. I mean, you probably have to buy fuel as well. So yeah, I'd say up to an hour and a half, absolutely no problem. And after that, the discomfort starts, and I imagine if you took a 15-minute break, you'd be good to go for another hour and a half. Haven't done a ride that long yet, but I imagine that would be the case. So the seat is not the most comfortable I've ever had, but it's certainly not a problem. I would say it's only minimally less comfortable than Norman seat. Norman seat I can probably almost go 2 hours before the discomfort starts, and this one's just over an hour and a half. So it's pretty decent. And when I did the demo ride, I did wonder whether I would, because I found my legs to be quite scrunched up, I did wonder whether that would become uncomfortable after an hour or so. But no, I don't have an issue at all. I mean, I can feel that my legs are quite scrunched up, but an hour and a half, 2 hours, I don't have any discomfort in my legs. So that's all good. Oh, and here you can see that we've got onto the nice tarmac now. They've actually extended this quite a long way. The good tarmac used to start a lot later than this. This was still a bit of a goat track when I came up here on Buddy, I believe. So that's good. We're on to the good stuff. Oh, I can smell goats. Well, Ruby, we haven't seen any bunny rabbits. That's not good. Yeah, so after having taken Buddy out with his Continental pal, and then having introduced Norman to the delights of snow and ice. Today I've introduced Attila to a little bit of a rough road, and he's dealt with it absolutely perfectly well. Down into Albanchez, and then we can wrap this video up, and I shall go home and get Ruby sausage, because I know that's all you're here for. You're only here to see Ruby eat sausage. I totally get that. Yeah, this is great fun on this bike, I've got to say. It's such a shame that on the way here my favourite little stretch of road had all that diesel all over it. It's such a shame, but anyway, this bit's making up for it. Get over your such. A little bit of gravel in the bend there. Yeah, quite a lot of gravel in the bends, unfortunately. Yeah, he does love those tight bends. Yeah, this road's more fun than I remember. Awesome. Yeah, just about do all of that in third, that's handy. So here we are now, coming into Albanchez. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. As I said earlier, I'm kind of struggling at the moment to find interesting roads where I know there's not going to be any snow and ice or salt. So yeah, this was today's little ride, and hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next week, hopefully with another video, possibly with another bike. I'll have to see how that goes. Thanks for watching, take care, hope to see you in the next one. I'm off home now to get rid of that sausage. Bye bye. So Ruby, Daddy had a very nice but windy ride on Attila. Yes, and while I was out getting blown about, you did a great job of looking after the house for Daddy. So you know what that means. It's time for sausages. And these sausages are from your Pasadena pals, Scott, Wolfie and Lucky. Yeah, oh, Pasadena pals. Oh, nice sausage. Nice sausage. Nice one. Thanks.